Good morning. A very good morning, dear students. Myself, Yogesh Ashok Kanade, lecturer at DCS Institute of Pharmacy, Devpur, Dhure. From today onwards, we are going to start with one of the most important topic, that is Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 and rules thereunder 1945. This is a very important chapter from your annual exam point of view. In annual examination, it has a weightage of 35 to 40 marks. That is, out of 80 marks, 30 to 35 marks questions are asked from a single chapter, that is Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 and rules thereunder 1945. As well as it is also an important chapter when after completing your diploma in pharmacy, if you have been doing the practice as a pharmacist in a medical shop, or you have been working in a manufacturing industry, you are working as a wholesaler, a retailer, or even if you have been involved in import of a drugs, what are the process to be followed, what is the licensing procedures, manufacturing, import of drugs, what are the different types of licenses which has been issued, etc. All that we studied in a single chapter, that is Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940. Now here the word drug refers to all the three systems of medicines. In this chapter, a drug which is included in your allopathic system, drug included in Ayurvedic system, Siddha system or Unani system of medicine, or even your homeopathic medicines, rules and regulations related with import, manufacture, sale and distribution of drugs has been covered under this chapter named as Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 and rules thereunder 1945. The aim The aim of Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 is to impose more stringent penalties on the antisocial components indulging in the manufacture, import, sale, or distribution of adulterated or spurious or drugs of substandard quality. What is the aim? Why this act has been passed? This act has been passed so that strict penalties can be imposed on persons who has been involved in the manufacture, import, sale or distribution of those drugs which are not of a standard quality. Means, for example, adulterated drugs, spurious, spurious means not of a standard quality or misbranded drugs, etc. एखादी व्यक्ती जर मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंगमध्ये, इम्पोर्टमध्ये, सेलमध्ये किंवा ड्रगच्या डिस्ट्रीब्युशनमध्ये इफ ही इज इन्वॉल्विंग इन द मॅन्युफॅक्चर ऑफ अडल्टरेटेड ड्रग, इन्वॉल्व इन द मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग ऑफ स्प्युरियस ड्रग or not of a standard quality, then such persons will have strict penalties or have more stringent penalties, because it is related with the health of the society, it is related with the health of the patient. That is the aim of Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 and rules thereunder 1945. Objective: the main object of Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 is to regulate import, manufacture, distribution and sale of drugs and cosmetics. Regulate means to frame the rules and regulations related with import, manufacture, distribution and sale of drugs and cosmetics. I have already told you that is drug here means all the three systems of medicines: allopathic medicines, Ayurvedic, Siddha or Unani drugs and allopathic medicines. All the parameters related with the application for license till the issue of license, sale of license, etc. all has been covered under this act. This act regulates import and manufacture of drugs by making provisions and rules so that no substandard drugs or spurious drugs will be imported or manufactured in India. This act also regulates sale and distribution of drug by registered pharmacists only. It also regulates the manufacture, sale and distribution of Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani drugs as well as homeopathic medicines. It also provides for the constitution of Drug Technical Advisory Board, Drugs Consultative Committee, Central Drug Laboratory, Government Analyst, Drugs Inspector, Central License Approving Authority, etc. All of them are the administrative bodies which are framed by the central government as per rules and regulations of Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 and rules thereunder 1945. It also provides the general manner of labeling, special manner of labeling of drugs and the packing of drugs. This is the objective of Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940. Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940, a chapter, it is divided into various parts. Every part or every chapter is related to a particular topic. Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 total consists of 5 chapters and each chapter is related to a particular subject. I have shown you in the chart. See, DNC Act, there are total 5 chapters. The first chapter, it is related with introduction. In introduction, it is given short title, extent, aim and objective, schedules, definitions, various interpretations of the words are given in your introduction part. Second part, that is your administrative bodies. There are 3 kinds of administrative bodies: advisory, analytical and executive. For example, Drugs Technical Advisory Board, Drugs Consultative Committee, Drugs Government Analyst, Central Drugs Laboratories, Central License Approving Authority, Custom Collectors, etc. All of them has been described in your chapter 2 under the head, that is administrative bodies. Chapter 3rd, it is related with import of drugs and cosmetics. In this chapter, we are going to see the various types of import licenses for different classes of drugs. Along with that, we are also going to see one of the important parameter, that is known as registration certificate under chapter 3, that is related with import of drugs and cosmetics. Chapter 4, it is related with manufacture, sale and distribution of drugs and cosmetics. For example, if you want to start with a retail shop, means if you have to work as a druggist and chemist, then in which form you will make an application, what are the different classes of drugs for which you have to make the application, in which form the license will be granted, what is the renewal procedure, what is the duration of your license, etc. That we are going to see in chapter 4 related with manufacture, sale and distribution. Chapter 4a, it is related with your Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani drugs. Now for your diploma syllabus, you do not have the study of provisions, that is rules and regulations related with Ayurvedic, Siddha or Unani drugs. And last chapter, that is miscellaneous one. Miscellaneous chapter, it is related with offences and penalties prescribed under Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940. That means your DNC Act, it is divided into 5 chapters. The first chapter, it is related with introduction. Second chapter, administrative bodies. Third chapter, import of drugs and cosmetics. Fourth chapter, manufacture, sale and distribution of drugs and cosmetics. Chapter 4a, related with Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani drugs. Chapter 5, it is related with miscellaneous. In your annual examination, a question is asked for 2 marks. Enlist the various chapters of Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940. You have to just write down chapter 1 up to chapter 5, and what contents are specified in that chapter. You have to just give the heading. That question is asked for 2 marks in your annual examinations. In the similar way, drugs and cosmetics rules, which was framed in the year 1945, has been consisting of total 19 parts. In the previous slide, we have seen that DNC Act, it is divided into 5 chapters. In the same way, Drugs and Cosmetics Rules 1945, it totally consists of 19 parts, and every part is related to a particular subject. For example, we will see the total 19 parts. Part 1, Introduction. Part 2, Central Drugs Laboratory. Part 3, that was related with import and registration, but it has been omitted from the DNC rules 1945 during amendment of Drugs and Cosmetics Act. Chapter 5, it is related with government analyst, inspectors, licensing authorities and controlling authorities. Licensing means the central government licensing authority, state government licensing authority. Means if a person has to obtain a import license, he will make an application to the licensing authority constituted by the central government. If a person willing to carry out the manufacturing, sale or distribution of drugs, then these licenses will be obtained from the licensing authority constituted by the state government. Chapter 6, related with sale of drugs other than homeopathic medicines. Chapter 6a, related with sale of homeopathic medicines. Part 7, related with manufacture for sale or for distribution of drugs other than homeopathic medicines, etc. In this way, there are total 19 parts in which your DNC rules 1945 has been divided. Every part is related to a particular topic. DNC Act 1940 consists of 2 schedules, while Drugs and Cosmetics Rules 1945 consists of 27 schedules. Now, always remember that in your examination, if the question is asked, specify the schedules related with DNC Act 1940, there are only 2 schedules, that is first schedule and second schedule. While schedules related to DNC rules 1945 किती शेड्यूल्स आहेत, टोटल 27 शेड्यूल्स आहेत, आणि ऍक्ट जर असेल तर फक्त 2 शेड्यूल्स आहेत. वी विल सी शेड्यूल्स टू द ऍक्ट, म्हणजे जे आत्ता मी सांगितलं की DNC ऍक्ट 1940 फक्त 2 शेड्यूल स्पेसिफाईड आहेत त्या ऍक्टमध्ये. त्याच्यातला पहिला आहे दॅट इज फर्स्ट शेड्यूल. फर्स्ट शेड्यूल specified under DNC Act consists of list of Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani books. First schedule मध्ये काय दिलंय? In the first schedule, it specifies the official books related with your Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani drugs. That is your first schedule. Examples: Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia of India and its parts, Ayurved Prakasha, Siddha Formulary of India Part 1, Nag Muni, Unani Pharmacopoeia of India, Kabardin Kadri, National Formulary of Unani Medicines, etc. These are some of the official books example I have enlisted in this slide. It is similar, जसं आपण म्हणतो की IP, BP, USP, etc. These are the official books. In the same way, related with your Ayurvedic drugs, Unani drugs or Siddha drugs, which books are to be considered as the official ones? That list of official books are specified in the first schedule. The first two, Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia of India and Ayurvedic Prakasha, it is related with your Ayurvedic drugs. Siddha Formulary of India and Nag Muni, it is related with your Siddha drugs or Siddha medicines. Unani Pharmacopoeia, Kabardin Kadri, National Formulary of Unani Medicines, etc. It is related with your Unani system of medicines. That was your first schedule. Second schedule. Second schedule specifies the standards to be compiled by imported drugs or the drugs manufactured in India for the purpose of sale, stock or exhibited for sale or distributed. What is given in your second schedule? That the drugs which are imported in India or the drugs which are manufactured in India for the purpose of sale or distribution, what are the standards for that medicines? That standards are specified in your second schedule given in your DNC Act 1940. These are the two schedules under Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940. For 2 marks, a question is asked in your annual examination. What does first and second schedule under Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 specifies or describes? Write down first schedule, list of Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani books. Give at least 2 to 3 examples of the Ayurvedic, means the official books. Then write down second schedule. It specifies the standards to be compiled. Standards to be compiled means complies. What are the standards for that medicines which are imported in India from other countries or drugs which are manufactured in India for the purpose of sale or distribution. In today's video, we have seen the aim and objective of DNC Act 1940. DNC Act 1940, it is divided or consists of total 5 chapters. Every chapter is related to a particular topic. Same way, Drugs and Cosmetics Rule 1945 consists of total 19 parts. Every part is related to a particular topic, and the first 2 schedules which are described under Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940. Thank you.